If a man tells you that your standards are hurting his pockets, write that down. He just showed you his entire game plan for the rest of your life. He's telling you clearly that he intends to underpay you for your labor from the altar to the grave. It's not even a red flag. It's a confession. Today we're calling out the elephant in the room. Why are women mocked, shamed, and gaslit when they ask men to stretch? I'm Ebony, and on this channel we expose everyday patterns and behaviors that teach you to self-abandon so that you can soothe your nervous system instead of trigger it. I saw this circulating online yesterday. It basically says that a man should hurt a little bit when he purchases the engagement ring to show intention. Not break him, but just hurt him a little bit. And men lost their entire minds. They called it selfish, they said the statement was stupid, they called her a gold digger, and right on cue, the older generation showed up with the legacy rule: just be happy with what he can comfortably afford. I need you to hear me when I say this. It's not about the ring. It was never about the ring. This is generational architecture designed to train you to shrink yourself so that he doesn't have to grow. And today we're going to look at the real psychology, the real math, and the real reason you are required to make men pay the invoice. Let's talk about what you're actually signing up for. When you go into a typical marriage, you're not signing up for a 50-50 partnership. 59% of women report managing the majority of household decisions, the finances, and the emotional caregiving almost entirely on their own. That is called mental load. It's invisible and it's relentless. And it's doing something to your body that nobody talks about. The chronic stress of having to carry all of that in your head raises your cortisol levels. And we all know what cortisol does. Cortisol suppresses your hormones. And if you're going through perimenopause, you already know how detrimental that can be. And it kills your libido. It makes you feel foggy inside, but still allow you to show up with a smile. When women get married and commit to having children, they risk their lives getting pregnant and producing a child that comes out of their physical body. They're also stalling their career ambitions to have a child and raise the child properly. And then under the skin, women are subconsciously absorbing the anxiety and emotional feelings of everyone around them because hormonally they're encouraged to. We'll talk about estrogen in another episode. So when a man looks you in the eye and says, "Do not make me stretch to purchase something that is supposed to be a symbol of my love and commitment to you," what he's really saying is, I want you to do about 80% of the labor, and I'll go ahead and put my 5% deposit down and call myself a provider. That's a bad contract. And a woman who knows her worth doesn't sign bad contracts. So let's talk about why they get so angry. There's this psychological concept called precarious manhood. It describes how society conditions men to think that masculinity is not a being, but something that you have to constantly defend. It can be given and taken away from you. The problem is emotional intelligence is never really built up in that concept. So instead of them doing the inner work that is required for them to be an effective provider, many immature men expect their women to quietly just compensate the gap. When you ask him to stretch, he doesn't hear a standard. He hears a threat. And instead of rising, if he's immature, he's going to reach for manipulation. He's going to tell you you're materialistic, you're a gold digger. He's going to tell you that love doesn't have a price tag. He's going to tell you that if you require proof of his intention, then your love has no foundation. That is gaslighting. When a man expects you to accept whatever he's willing to offer to you without any real effort and be grateful for it, he's not giving you a gift. He's asking you to subsidize his ego. He wants the title of a provider, but he wants you to quietly finance it with your silence, your lowered standards, and your abandoned self-respect. So how do we actually stop this pattern? Because knowledge without application is just pain and vocabulary. First, we stop the fawn response. Fawning is a trauma response. Let me say that again. Fawning is a trauma response. It's that voice inside you that says, oh no, it's fine. I don't need much. I don't want to seem difficult. That's not you being easygoing. That's you choosing his comfort over your truth. Every time you shrink your standard to keep a man from feeling inconvenienced, you're abandoning yourself. Stop it. Second, you need to audit your contracts. Look at the relationships that you're currently in. Are you operating under a good wife contract where your value is measured by how undemanding you are? If the thought of asking a man to stretch for you fills you with anxiety and dread, that's not humility. That's a trauma wound. And it's worth looking into directly. Third, we need to think about the lineage because this is bigger than you and him. I don't want my sons thinking that they can claim a woman without proving that they have the emotional and financial intelligence to be the partner that they deserve. And I don't want our daughters standing at the altar already having accepted the premise that their standards are up for negotiation. Breaking these cycles is not optional. It's the work we have to do. Here's what I want you to take with you. If the standard requires him to stretch and he refuses to, he doesn't get the title. You do not negotiate with emotional immaturity. You state your expectation once and you observe the behavior. Not his words, his behavior. And if he drops the ball, you let it hit the floor. You don't chase it. You don't pick it up for him. You watch it roll. And if this landed for you, it's because something in you is waking up too. Drop a comment below and let me know where you're gonna stop shrinking. Until then, stay unbothered on purpose. Love yourself.